All right, we're on part two of what we're calling games from scratch Clone Wars. I can even say that. Need the coffee. So as you can see, we just got from the introduction. Can't even say that. To make a spaceship, which is going to be the first step of our program. So we have our instructions on the right. Eventually, we'll have our code on the left, but let's follow through with these instructions just to make sure we're on the right page. So the first thing we got to do is actually open the game or the project, and it's going to open on Scratch. So if you follow this link, it's going to take you immediately to Scratch Online, and it's going to take you to the project. So I'm going to do that, click on it, and you'll see a new tab opening up, which is starting right now. Boom. So I clicked on that link and it sent me here. This is a new project. If you look at the top, it says Clone Wars by Raspberry Pi Foundation. So they made this base template. And right here, you see a remix button. So if you've never been to Scratch, I'll go through this real quick. I'm going to open up a new tab. This is scratch.com or scratch.mit.edu. And all of these are different Scratch projects that people have worked on. And you can just think of it as a place where you can code Scratch. So for us, if we were to start a new project, we'd hit this create button, and it's going to take us to the basic editor. So this is my new project. It's called Untitled 4. It's under my account. This is how Scratch works. So if that's the case, I've got my account already logged in, and that's the number one thing you want to do is make sure you are signed into your account, because if you go away or close the browser, it's all gone. So make sure you sign in, set up a new username and a password. That's mine. And once you see your avatar icon in the corner, just like Facebook or Google, you're good to go. Now, that being said, if I go back to the Raspberry Pi site and hit the link, it brings up what Raspberry Pi did on their Scratch account, but it also brings up this remix button. The minute I hit that, I'm not just taking a clone or a remix of what they're doing, but it's putting it into my account. So now, this is my project called Clone Wars Remix. I'm going to rename that to Games of Scratch. And Clone Wars. All right, so this is my project under Keytech Lab Studios, and as you can see, we have a space background and a spaceship already set up. So now we're at the base of where we need to be, but I also need my instructions beside me. So I'm going to do something special. I've got a Windows computer, so I'm going to hold down the Windows button and press left. And what that does is it actually puts one of my browsers or browser tabs to the left and another one to the right, so we can see both of them at the same time. So I'm here on the right, still in the introduction, and we've just finished this part, which is cloning their base template. And what they want to do is add the code so the sprite to the spaceship can move left and right. So we'll do that real quick just by following the instructions. So I'm pretty sure everybody's pretty familiar with this, but the key factor is you go to events and you grab an event block, which is going to be the start of your instructions. So this says when flag clicked, which means that up in the left corner of your stage. then something after that will happen. In this case, we want to move left on the left and right using the keys. So, and we want to do that continuously. So we're going to throw in a forever loop, and then we're going to throw in a if-then statement, which really is just saying, if this happens, then do that. So in this case, if the key left arrow is pressed, then change x by 4. In this case, -4. So we're going to go grab a key press, which is right here, if this key space pressed. And I'm going to kind of open this up a little bit. There we go. So if this key space is pressed, and see that little arrow, we're going to grab that and make that left. So if key left arrow pressed, then grab a motion block, which is going to be move 10 steps. And we're actually going to double click on this so that it highlights, and type in -4. So that's our code. When we click the flag, a loop starts, and you can see this highlights, and it's a forever loop, so meaning whatever's inside of it's always going to continuously loop through. So the instructions inside are continuously going to run, and the instructions inside say if you hit the left arrow key, then this sprite, the spaceship, is going to move -4 steps on the x-axis. Oh, but see, that's the key. I messed up because I got to define that. So let's get that move -4 steps out of here and actually change it by x so we can make sure it moves in a specific direction. In this case, we're going to have it move left, because when we look at a graph, which is what we're looking at really, we see a graphic or we see an image, but really what we're looking at is the flat piece of image, a 2D image, and you can think of it like graphing paper. You got an y-axis that goes up and an x-axis that goes horizontally, and that means we're almost out of battery. So let's show you what this does real quick and get this plugged in. So when I press the left, it goes -4, which makes it go left. So that's that first piece of code. And we're going to add some forever code inside the block to make spaceship move right. All right, so let's do this. Let's actually just copy this, duplicate. So I right click and I get to duplicate it. I'll put it down on top of each other. And instead of left arrow, I'm going to make it right arrow. Instead of -4, I'm going to make it 4. Let's save this real quick because I know my computer's about to die. And put it right there. Press that flag. Now when I push left, it goes left. Push right, it goes right. All right, that is your spaceship and making it move.